What if in 6 months you're exactly where you've always wanted to be? Achieve all the goals that you've always dreamt of, everything that you've always wanted to do. What if all it takes is 6 months? Sometimes we stop ourselves midway because we don't see the results that we're looking for. It seems like we're not making any progress because nothing is moving. At least to you, nothing is moving. You don't see what's happening behind the scenes. And I like to think of it like when you plant a seed into the ground. It takes time to develop roots underground before it starts to break through the soil and become a plant that everyone can see. And this is how ideas are. It takes time and it's painful, it's discouraging, and it takes only a certain kind of person to keep pushing through until those results come to reality. But you have to have the ability to envision in your mind. You have to have the ability to really believe in your dream, really believe it, no matter what your environment is saying, no matter what your circumstances are saying. But you have to have that ability to believe in your dreams, because it doesn't matter what's happening externally. What matters is what's happening up here in your mind. What do you believe? What do you believe? When you believe, you've solved 50% of the problem. You're halfway there, because that means that all you need to do now is act on your beliefs and continue to act on your beliefs. When someone believes, nothing external can stop them. Oftentimes when people give up on their dreams and never get to see that version of themselves that they can only imagine, it's because they stopped believing. It's a mind thing. The people that have achieved success and people that have really changed their lives and changed the lives of other people around them are people that were able to envision. They were visionaries from day one. They were able to see something that doesn't exist. Faith is being able to see things that don't exist right now. So you believe that this thing is going to happen, but it's not here. And it's because of that belief that you have that this will happen, that you're able to work towards it. You're acting like it's already here. But I want you to imagine that all it took was 6 months. 6 months of hard work on your ideas. 6 months of pushing through the no applause, pushing through no views, no customers, no results. I don't know what kind of business you're trying to get into or what kind of thing you're trying to do. It doesn't matter. It's not going to start out easy. And I know some people get very lucky where they do something and on the first day they have this just immediate breakthrough. This is not everyone's story, but it could be for you. You'll never know if you don't try, but don't count on that. Count on believing. First, you need to work on your mindset. You need to get rid of those limiting beliefs, those things that people have told you, things that people told you you can't do, things you've started to tell yourself that you can't achieve. Oh, I'm not smart. Oh, I'm dumb. I suck at business. I lack consistency. Get rid of these lies that you've told yourself, these lies that people have told you. You have to purge your mind of these limiting beliefs, because whether you know this or not, the subconscious beliefs that you have determine your daily life. You have to be very intentional about what goes on in your mind. And that's why the mind is a battlefield. Nothing happens by chance. The people that have become successful, they first fixed their mindset. They believed with everything in them that what they were building was meaningful and was going to be a success. And many of them didn't even have any plan Bs, because they knew that this plan is the only plan and it's going to work. And this is the mindset that we all need. And as much as I'm speaking to you, I'm speaking to myself, and I'm reminding myself how important it is to continue to believe in our dreams. Continue to believe in your dreams no matter what you see on the outside. I feel this so passionately, and you can probably tell from the way I'm talking in this video. I really want people to believe in themselves. The most heartbreaking thing that I've seen is when I look at someone and see how successful they could be in something, but because of the fears that they have, they're not even aware. They try to rationalize their fears and their lack of belief in themselves as being logical or being responsible. But a lot of people, all they need to become successful is to get rid of those fears, and first to recognize that these are fears. It's not responsibility. It's not logic. It's just blatant fear. Because when people are scared of taking action, there will always be a problem for every solution. When there's a way out through something, they have a problem that could arise. Instead of thinking about solutions to problems, they're creating problems for solutions. And this is not who you should be. And if you're this kind of person that is always looking for what could go wrong before doing anything, You will always be crippled by your fears. You have to realize that today is a day you have to get rid of your fears. You have to say to yourself, no, I will no longer let my fears hold me back. Because of my fears, that's why I haven't progressed to what I wanted to do. You wanted to start this fashion brand or online business or whatever it is. But because of your fears, you start and then you stop. And then you start and then you're like, oh, but what if this happens? And then you don't follow through on it. Or you just become demotivated. You lose the motivation you had, momentum that you were building because of fears. So imagine that it only took 6 months. I was watching a video on Instagram of a lady that was saying that it took her 10 months to achieve everything she had ever dreamt of. And it started with mindset. It started with believing and saying, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And I'm going to do it in 6 months. It doesn't matter what it takes. It doesn't matter how long it feels like nothing is happening. I will keep going until something happens. And this is why it's so important for you to understand your purpose and what you're on this earth for. You know that one thing that you're so passionate about, that you keep going back to, that you keep dreaming about, and you keep telling yourself, you keep trying to rationalize, everything. And you're telling yourself, this is so irresponsible for me to think this. I need to focus on my 9 to 5, or I need to do this or do that. And a 9 to 5 isn't bad, but you always need to remember your purpose. You need to remember the dreams that you have and try to create a path to that destination. It might just be 6 months. 6 months from now, I want you to take a moment to envision yourself. Where do you want to be in 6 months? And what is stopping you from being there? Nothing but you. Because you can take what you have right now and start to build something. If you're telling yourself, oh, I don't have the equipment I need, I don't have the connections I need, well, you can start creating the connections today. You can start reaching out to people. If you don't have the equipment you need, what do you have? Who can you get this equipment from? How can you get started? Find a way to get started on your dreams, because, friend, I want you to get there as much as I want to get there. I want us to get there together. I am tired of people living a life that is below their own standards. You have standards for yourself, but you've started to put those standards to the side and to say, maybe I'm dreaming too much. Maybe I'm shooting for too high. No. Those were your standards. Bring them back. Stop reducing the quality of your goals because you think you can't achieve them. Bring back the goals that you've always had, because you have everything it takes to achieve them. I really hope this video inspired you. Don't just click off this video and continue how you've always lived. I want you to make a change today. Commit to that change, and I'll see you in the next video.